let's talk about something that's, well, both the most common thing in the world and maybe the most confusing: love. We all chase it, we write songs about it, we suffer for it. But what? What is it really? We usually get stuck in this debate, right? Is love just this wild, chaotic feeling that you can't control? Or is it something with a purpose? A mission that we're supposed to carry out in the world? It's a question that's been around forever. But what if we're asking the wrong question entirely? The source material for this whole discussion gives us this just powerful quote that flips everything on its head. It basically says we're looking at this completely backward. To say the universe is a ray of love, what does that even mean? Let's dive. Okay, so here's the big idea. We tend to think the universe is this big, empty stage that was here first, and then love shows up as one of the actors to play a part. But this view says, no, no, no. The universe itself is what love creates. Love isn't just a character in the play, it's the author, it's the director, it's the whole shebang. And this is where it gets really mind-blowing. This idea connects love to the very fabric of reality. It says that all the order we see, all the beauty, every kind of attraction, from a flower blooming to the force of gravity holding planets in orbit, it's all a physical expression of this one cosmic love. Every single thing, from star down to a pebble, has a piece of this attraction, this pull that's constantly drawing it toward what it's meant to be, its own perfection. So if everything in the cosmos is a part of this love story, where do we fit in? Well, it turns out we humans have a pretty unique and, frankly, a pretty challenging role to play. The source uses this incredible term for us: a catalog of the universe. Think about that. Imagine the universe is a giant book, an encyclopedia of everything that exists. We're not just a single page in that book. We're the table of contents. Each one of us contains a little piece of every single level of existence. From the physical stuff we can touch, the mulk, to the spiritual unseen reality, the malakut. We're a living, breathing summary of the whole thing. And here's the kicker. That changes everything. A tree is drawn to becoming a perfect tree. A lion is drawn to being a perfect lion. Their desires are finite. They have a clear endpoint. But us? Because we contain a piece of everything, including the infinite, our drive, our desire, our capacity for love is also infinite. We're the only creatures in the known universe whose longing has no ceiling. And that right there leads us to the central human problem, what you could call the great error. If we have this infinite capacity for love, why do we constantly get our hearts broken by finite things? Why does our limitless desire get so stuck on limited stuff like money or status, or even our powerful attachment to just one person? The poet Shahryar just captures this feeling perfectly. He's writing to his beloved, someone he finally has, he's with them. And yet he says, even now that we're together, I'm still on fire. That longing, that ache, it hasn't gone away. Just think about that for a second. He got what he wanted. He has the person he longed for. So what is this fire he's talking about? What else could he possibly want? This isn't just poetry. It's a window into the truth of how our own hearts work. And for an answer, we can look to the mystic Rumi. He poses this really powerful thought experiment. Imagine your beloved dies. The physical form, the body, the face, the eyes, it's all still there, but the love is gone. In fact, you might even feel an aversion to it. So Rumi asks this devastating question. O lover, search, who is your beloved? Were you really in love with that physical form? Or were you in love with something that was shining through it? This gets to the heart of our great error. We confuse the form for the meaning. The physical person, Lila from the famous story, she is the form. She's the vessel, the finite mirror. But what we are truly, deeply in love with is the meaning, the infinite beauty, the essence, the reality that we see reflected in that mirror. Our mistake is we fall in love with the mirror itself, and we forget about the infinite reality it was showing us. So, how do we fix this? How do we stop getting trapped by the mirror? Well, the solution isn't to stop loving, not at all. It's about learning how to aim our love correctly. And that takes a special kind of knowledge, and usually a guide. The key concept here is marifat. Now, this isn't about book smarts or collecting facts. It's a deep, transformative awareness. It's a kind of spiritual sight. It's the ability to look at a beautiful person or a sunset and not just see the form, but to see the infinite beauty and meaning that is shining through that form. It's learning to see through the mirror without getting stuck on the glass. So how do you get this marifat?
Well, the path involves a few things. First, you have to actively seek this awareness. You have to keep asking yourself, what am I really longing for? Second, it helps to find a guide, someone who's already walked this path and knows how to tell the difference between the mirror and the reality. And third, you use a map, like sacred texts, which are designed to teach you exactly how to see this connection.
And please hear this because it's so important. The goal is not to reject the world or to run away from beauty and relationships. The goal is to change how you see. It's to learn how to experience the absolute through the limited, to find the infinite right here in the finite world. So this leaves us with a final question, a really important one to ask ourselves about our own lines, our own passions, the things and people that we love. Are they windows, allowing us to see a greater, infinite beauty beyond them? Or have they become walls, where our infinite longing gets trapped, hits a dead end, and ultimately leaves us feeling that fire of dissatisfaction? The answer to that question pretty much defines our entire journey.